Hello, everyone. My plan is to explain this thing. This is a microchip, a small one, a simulation of one, and we're going to go through how it works, starting with a brief overview. First, let's watch it go. I'm going to do this slider. It's going to do stuff. We can adjust how fast it goes. We can slow it down. These are wires, you might say. If we zoom in, everything is blocky. We can zoom all the way in so you can really see the blocks. And we'll learn what each of the blocks does. There's a very small number of kinds of blocks. You can see them up here. Overall, this is a machine that counts. You can see a display here. It's showing 4, and it will show 5 here shortly. I suspect. Make it go faster. Right. I'm pretty sure 5. All right, look at that, a 5. And now if we wait some more time, blue, doing more stuff, thinking, whatever. Well, now there's a 6. It'll count up to 7 and whatever. Roughly speaking, this stuff over here is the memory of the chip. And this stuff over here is the brain of the chip. And the memory has a program in it, and that program tells the brain to count. We are going to, so that's a high level overview. We're going to dive in now. I think a good place to start is this number here. Well, let's learn how this works. This is pretty simple. So this interface, which you can go to, it's at this URL, Logicland, where logic is spelled incorrectly with a K. You don't have to type in the www. I'm embarrassed that you have to see it there. Have to. I could fix it, but I haven't. Anyway, you can draw. You can place little wires. If you hold in Shift and click, then it'll draw a wire all the way to where you click. Well, in a straight line. So if I do Shift click again, it didn't draw it to this point. It drew it to this point to make it straight. Anyway, a wire can have electricity flow along it. I put this is a button. This is a mode. Now we're in the mode where we can toggle the button. I'm going to turn the button on, and it'll become brighter, but nothing will happen right away. And that is because time is slowed all the way down. But if we increase time even a little bit, you can see that some electricity pokes out of this thing, and you can see stuff happen over here too. Anyway, so this display is, it's these wires. Just looking at my time, I'm planning to go for 12 minutes. And anyway, so if we ignore for a moment that it does this crazy thing of going on and off when I place these wires, who knows what's going on. Now I've made it thicker. I can turn it off and on and off, and it's just a wire. So these are just wires. You can when you make changes on this, it won't save it to the server. You can save it yourself. You can download it as an image, and you can upload the image to make it go again. but the kind of default chip that you see when you load it on the site is uneditable. I mean, hopefully. It's not intended to be editable. So you can mess with this and it won't destroy it for everyone. This is not a commons that needs to be safeguarded. And this tool here will let me delete a bunch of stuff. I'm going to click somewhere and I click somewhere else. And I press the delete key and all that stuff goes away. Let's see, I want to delete all of this stuff to kind of highlight what's going on with this thing. And let's do this. All right, here we go. Oh, look at this. It's showing the letter A. In case people were wondering what's going on with that. Perfectly reasonable. No malfunction there. All right, we'll put little toggle buttons. Here's a small toggle button so that I can fit it here. Anyway, so let's count. Let's create a 0. We'll need we'll need these top 3 things. I think oops, looks like I unclicked those. I think that's that's a bug. That's a bug in my code. I think the little ones are anyway, these ones are easier to click. I'll have to fix that. That was a good guess. We don't want to click this one, but these other ones are fine. All right, there we've done it, a 0. Now I'm going to do a 1. We don't actually have to count all of them. I don't know how. Let's do a 1 at least to really drive home the concept of what's going on here. So here we drew a 0. We can create a 1. How would we do that? Well, I mean, it depends how you want the 1 to look. The common way on a calculator is for like an old school calculator that has little LCDs that take this shape. To make a 1, usually they have this one and this one on and everything else off. So you want to turn this one off. Fortunately, it didn't turn the other one. We want to turn this one off. Goodness, I'm worried about that. I'm just gonna draw a box around here and put a decent sized toggle here. All right, so that's off. Great. What about this guy? Off. What about this guy at the bottom? Off. And, there we've got it. A 1. All right. So conceptually, I think that maybe it makes sense how you would draw a 2 and etc. And now the trick is we need the computer chip to draw the numbers. So one issue one comes into is how to represent the numbers in the first place. And let's go over that. The numbers are represented. Let's reload the chip again. That's actually not the reload button. That will rotate stuff in a box. So you put stuff in a box. We do this. We can rotate that. But if we want to load the thing again, let's press this refresh button here. Okay. Here we are again. Everything's restored. So we'll go over all of this, but for the moment we're going to kind of look at what's going on here. What's going on right? These guys. And I'm kind of overlooking this wire here, but I'll discuss it too. So this is the input, you might say, to this display doohickey. This is the number that you want it to display, and because the chip can't really prevent these wires from showing random garbage a lot of the time, there's this other wire that basically says, pay attention to these wires. Right now it's off, meaning don't pay attention to these wires. But if this ever turns on, then it will pay attention to these wires. So these are the inputs, these 4 wires, and this 5th wire that's kind of like an on-off thing for the whole display. The display will remain on. It's an on-off thing for the input. It says whether to pay attention to the input. So let's play with this a bit. Let's kill this stuff here, and we want to be able to toggle these things. I'm worried about. I think we can just extend it a bit. So that there's no errors clicking on these things. Put one here too. Okay. Zoom out. What's it showing? A 5 here. I'm coming up on the 12 minutes. I'm gonna press on for up to 15 minutes here because I want to show clicking this display, and we'll try making this recording again. Maybe this won't be the one that I'll use. Okay, we'll make it show a 0 first of all. Well, that's 0. Now all we have to do is turn it on. What I mean by that's 0, I mean that represent all of the wires being off. That represents 0 as far as this display is concerned. Click this. Bloop. Now it's showing the number 0. All right, now let's make it show a 1. So the way you show a 1 is for this one to be on. And now it's a 1. How about a 2? Well, we want to turn that. So you saw it showing a 3 there. That's a hint into the future, but it's showing a 2 right now, and that is represented in that way. We have these 4 wires. This is 0, 0, 1, 0. That's a 2. You can kind of ignore the front 2 things. It's just 1, 0. That's 2 in binary. What's 3? Well, it's 1, 1. Now we have a 3. What's 4? Well, we've sort of exhausted what we can do with the bottom 2 bits here. We were able to show a 0 with it, a 1, a 2, and a 3, but now we've run out of combinations. So we need to introduce another bit, this one. Now I'm going to click it, and I won't be able to click these ones fast enough, and it's going to show a 7, but that's not the final result. The final result will be a 4, which is that I need to click this on, but then I need to turn off these guys. All right, now it's showing a 4. It's also 14 minutes. That will be 15 minutes soon here. I'll just click this guy here. Now it's a 5. I'll do a 6. So 6 is that one without this one. Here's a 6. A 7. We saw the 7 before. Here's a 7. And now we've run out of all the combinations that we can do with 3 bits. So we need another one. And we'll turn these ones off. And that's time. We'll explore this more in the next video.